What's up, guys? So as you can tell from the thumbnail, I did not enjoy this week's episode of Ms. Marvel. Apart from the runtime being shaved down from an already low 49-minute average with about 7 to 8 in credits alone, not including the recap, which is about 2, to 41 minutes, basically 32 minutes in actual episode time. But the bad in this episode, although the minority and the good being the majority of the episode, overtakes the episode. Not all of the episode is bad, but a lot of the issues arise from the bad parts of the episode that are pretty massive.
803.
And really have me losing faith, not so much in the characters, but in the series. And also, it really presents the biggest issue with the Disney Plus Marvel shows, which is time. And we'll get into that in a little bit, but just so we don't all enter the abyss at once, the things I did enjoy were the beginning, where Partition and what led up to Partition was explained. Not just because Aisha is an absolute baddie, but that helps too. And how her and Hassan met was actually really nice. Hassan got lucky as hell, bruh. Like, come on, you're just chilling in some village and a baddie like that comes through. That doesn't happen ever. Okay, that's not a realistic thing. That's actually the most fictional thing in the episode, and a fucking portal opens in this episode. When they leave for Karachi, that was a very emotional sequence with this crazy time travel element, kind of giving me Prisoner of Azkaban vibes, with Kamala having been the one to save her grandmother and led her back to her grandfather, with the Trail of Stars being from the bangle. Again, Iman Vellani gives a great performance and is charismatic as all hell, especially when you think about it. This is her first acting gig. And I also love how the symbol on her suit is gonna come from her name, inspired by her broken necklace. It kind of just makes the title of Ms. Marvel more of her own, which I know people had an issue with her taking Ms. Marvel's like whole flow in the comics. And aside from some of the sweet moments between her and her mother and her nanny, that's really all the good that this episode offers. Okay, first off, Najima sucks. Okay, she finds Aisha and asks for the bangle to go home, of course, but Aisha knows that the bangle won't work at this point and doesn't tell her just right there. And there's no build up like between them. Like, we know nothing about their whole rapport and dynamic. There's nothing really there for me to feel like we could have seen some stuff of them talking about the Noor dimension, why they were exiled, what exactly they are, what the bangle is. I mean, Aisha seems to kind of know that the bangle can do crazy shit like time travel or something. Like, I need more of this stuff to be explained. They set up so many questions in the beginning of this series that an episode like this with Aisha and Najima could have solved. Also, Najima tracked Aisha down in the train scene, but immediately gave up looking for the bangle. Like, damn, you know it's somewhere there, get after it, lady. And then when she made that half-ass, cheap sacrifice to close the rift, it was comically horrible, okay? Because they never even made us care for Najima, or really even Kamran or their relationship as mother and son. And it was like she was bad in the previous episode, just she wouldn't even listen to reason. Like, Kamala never even said she wouldn't help her. All she said was, give me some time, as she was so unreasonable that she went to go attack her at her brother's wedding. It just seems so rushed. Like, she left her son at a supermax prison. For all we know, she's a horrible mother. And where is the boy's father too? These are the questions we need answered. Basically, the issue here is that they wasted the meat of this series, about 2 to 3 episodes, on antagonists that weren't good or meaningful, and we spent no time with them to make them meaningful, and now they're dead, so they never will be meaningful. It was a huge waste of time. A big chunk of the series has been wasted. They should have just had Damage Control being the main antagonist of this series, which they set up with that ending, and Kamran getting those powers and the drone missiling, the circle Q and shit. They already didn't have enough time to work with given the 6-episode structure, so the clandestines and all the stuff that went on in Pakistan honestly should have been shelved for the second season. If they had at least 2 more episodes, and each episode was a very reasonable 50 minutes long of actual episode time and not, the credits, they probably could have built up the emotions necessary and taken a little bit more time to actually get people to care about what's going on. But because they don't have that time and they use their time inefficiently, it's extremely lackluster. Like, lots of things are set up that I don't think they'll have enough time to pay off in this finale. Almost like they just put stuff in the show just to get it in there. I would have rather spent these last 2 episodes in Jersey with Bruno and Akia, but oh well. Again, the cast is really good, but the execution of this story and plot is rushed, and there's a lot of time wasted on stuff that is never never ever going to matter. Okay, that's my review of this episode, guys. The bad really overtakes the good, and it makes you very much lose faith in the series. Again, I'm going to be watching the finale. I will be reviewing it, but I have no faith in it, honestly. I have faith in the characters going on. They just really need to do something about this whole 6-episode structure. Give these shows 8 episodes with an appropriate length of time for actual episode and story time, and not just the credits. I think it's a cakewalk from there. That's just my opinion, guys. Let me know what you thought of the episode, whether you liked it or not, and some of your predictions for the end of the series. I think she's going to be an Inhuman, but I think there's probably going to be some type of spin on it to tie it back to her Arabic roots. That's just what I'm thinking, but let me know your thoughts. That's it. If you like the video, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below, and if you want, subscribe. I always appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope all of you guys are well, and I'll see you in the next one.